Hello and welcome once more to Red Gaming Tech. My name is Marta. Today is still the 6th of August and this time I have some news for you regarding Metal Gear Solid Ground Zeroes, as Konami has made a rather interesting revelation by basically revealing that Ground Zeroes has sold 3 times as many copies on the PlayStation 4 rather than the Xbox One. Now, unfortunately, they didn't deign to give us specific figures, but I did say that for the financial period between April and June, the PS4 accounted for 12% of its software sales, while the Xbox One contributed 4%. And of course, Metal Gear Solid 5 Ground Zeroes was the only PS4 and Xbox One game available for that particular period. Now obviously Ground Zeroes did originally come out in March, meaning that a significant portion of its sales would have gone through before the April to June quarter, but even in this case the PS4 edition of the game has still outsold the Xbox One version, and during the January-March quarter the PS4 made up 8% of Konami's total software sales, while the Xbox One made up 3%, and just to remind you, Metal Gear Solid has shipped 1 million copies since its released, and that was in April they announced that, so that figure has probably gone up since then, but it still gives you a rough idea. And just to further clarify, that again is for retail units shipped worldwide. That does not include digital sales across any of the platforms. Now, to be honest, this is probably purely down to one main thing. There's probably lots of contributing factors, but to be honest, the main factor, in my opinion, is probably that Metal Gear Solid has been historically a PlayStation game. And if you have a PS4 and an Xbox One, you might go, well, I've always played Metal Gear on PlayStation. It might feel a bit weird to play it on an Xbox. And I know that a friend of mine has actually made similar comments regarding Final Fantasy. That actually came from the kid. He basically said that playing Final Fantasy on an Xbox just felt wrong and like he was cheating on his girlfriend. So maybe people had similar feelings as regarding Metal Gear Solid 5 Ground Zeroes. Now obviously the PS4 has sold more units than the Xbox One, but even that by itself isn't enough to explain such a large gap between the two. If it had only just beaten the Xbox One, then I'd probably say it's down to the sales of the console itself, but it's such a large number, probably larger than the actual gap between the two consoles. So to be honest, in my opinion, I think it's probably just down to the fact that it's historically a PlayStation title. But if you disagree with me, do let me know in the comments below. I do love a bit of good old-fashioned discussion / debate. Anyway, that is me done for this video. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time.